Hello everyone, this is Jebo Outdoors. Today we're going to be discussing ultimate first aid kit for survival and our outdoor life. Tune in to see more. Hope everyone is doing well and you guys will never ever need these when outdoors camping or hunting or hiking. But I'll give you a little story before we get started. I was uh, I was out with my father in the mountains, so we had a 2 or 3 day overnighter to cut the grass for cattle, and I was helping out. I was 12 or 13. As you already know, who is watching me, I love sharpening knives, machetes, and all kind of stuff. There was that old scythe, which I liked. It was kind of ergonomic and appealing to me, but it was very rusty. So I decided to give it a new life. I was holding it on the edge and I started, sharpening it with a long sharpener. So while sharpening it, I paid attention to some kind of a little eagle flying over and I cut my knuckle. I don't know if you guys can see, but I still have that scar after like 30 years. It was really painful and it was really bad. So we had no first aid means at all. Only thing we had was a little piece of soap. So I washed it in a, little spring nearby and just bandaged it with my handkerchief. And we stayed in a tent for 2 nights and 3 days. And we were quite far from the larger village. My first night, you guys, was a disaster. It was a pain and stabbing pain in my finger. Even though there was no bone cut, I was lucky, and I didn't lose my finger. It was really painful. So next morning, I wake up, literally didn't sleep, maybe half an hour naps in times. 6 a.m. or so with the sunlight. It was a summer, and my finger is like swollen and twice the size, especially around the knuckle. So we should have stayed another night, but we had to drive down to the village and go to the hospital. 10 days with antibiotics, had a couple of injections because that skies was rusty, and I literally stayed home and like lost 10 days in a pain, in all these, medications with just a simple 1 second oversight of what would happen. If I had like one of those, I'm pretty sure I would have, felt so much better, even without painkillers. So I decided today to, bring to your attention how important it is to have some means of first aid kit when you're going out, even though for one night or for one day. So this is a smaller one and this is a larger one, even though these guys probably maybe hair shy of like 2 pounds. This is around half a pound or so, and main weight is a bag. So we're gonna be discussing, ingredients of both, and I'll tell you also what I would add from my side. Sorry for the noise, lots of traffic around. It's a midday, and I would really appreciate your comments and feedback. What do you carry with you when you go out? The first thing I will mention: these bows have means of putting it or hanging it on your backpack, and it is really essential, or even on your belt on the side, so you don't have to carry an extra bag over your shoulder or in your hand, and your hands are free. I'm gonna switch camera down, and we'll be discussing this smaller one first, and then we're gonna go to this double size bag and see what's inside. So look at the size so that you know how small this bag is. And are you guys ready? Let's see what we have inside. This is for fractions, breaks, any sprains for your broken bones or sprains on the leg or on the hand. You're gonna unroll it and just, you know, hold it in one place, then you just bandage it, and I like it. Things happening. And next one's gonna be trauma dress kit. It's literally a big rolled bandage inside. If you have a really bad wound, bleeding wound, open wound, you're gonna just put it on, stick it in your wound, and apply pressure to this. I love this one here because I think personally this is the most important thing, tourniquet, to stop your blood flow from open wounds. Um, and of course, you're gonna write time whenever this was applied, so the EMT emergency doctors know when it was applied. This is really a lifesaver and weighs nothing, literally nothing. Okay, I'm not going to be discussing scissors for the bandage cutting. What else we have here? Lots of swabs so that your nose and ears and wounds can be actually treated and cleaned. And I will use it for the fire starting as well. You got some cotton and sticks, bamboo sticks right here. What else we have? Wow, this is a big one too. Emergency blanket. You can warm yourself up if you're in danger of hypothermia, and you can even make a little shelter out of this, or wrap yourself in, wrap your wounds, wrap your feet or hand or just whole body. This will reflect your body heat and keep you warm for some time. Packs like really small, just like a pack of match. This is a really important one, lifesaver. Triangular bandage for your hands and pack small, easy to deploy. A couple of wound pads right here for your wounds, and that's pretty much it for the smaller one. Okay, I got some space over here at the back so that you can, guys see. And after actually putting all these things back in, I would put something extra, and I'll show you what I would put in this case. As you know, my favorite ferrous rod, just in case you always need a fire. Right on the side here, flashlight, any type, and I could put it inside here. And one more thing I would put in is a Swiss knife. You got so many types of knives and cutters and tools in this little thing, easily just packed here. I can just contain it, and my weight now maybe became like 1 pound, but I put in such like whittle additions, lifesavers, that it's worth it. It's not heavy at all, especially on the backpack. You won't feel it, guys. So that you know, it's not a sponsorship. I bought these items myself, and I'm gonna definitely be using them for my trips, for my fishing, hunting, or camping trips. And I strongly recommend that you would come up with your first aid survival kit and carry it with you for every hike or every trip. So let's check this big boy and see what we got. And then I would appreciate your feedback with what a setup you would go. Or maybe you already have your favorite ultimate survival first aid kit, which you carry with you. Before I forget, one more thing I would add to that small kit is water purification tablets. I mean, for both of those, that's really essential as well in survival situations. Okay, let's see this big boy. So many things are inside, but one thing I like is you got these labels on the top of the pouches over here, which is really nice. So I will go with wipes and gloves section, some adhesive tape, another one, and look at that compass. Let's see if this compass works. Let's see. It's pointing to the right direction. Looks, this big bag is gaining some attention and some bonus. Compass. Nice. Let's see what we can find here. Okay, sting relief and cleansing wipe, alcohol wipes, sting relief. That's nice. Never seen this before in the first aid kits. It will temporarily relieve your pain and itching associated with minor burns, scrapes, and insect bite, which is like the mosquitoes are my worst enemy. And itching can, of course, cause irritation, infection, all the kind of things. There are some more things inside. Providone low-dyne pad, which is also a pain reliever, I believe, and antiseptic cleansing wipes, sting-free. Okay, nice. I start to like this bag better. Examination gloves right here, 2 pairs, one more, lots of gloves, like doing surgery in a field or so. Okay, let's check our next compartment. We had these swaps in the smaller one as well. Absorbent pads, cotton wool, really innovative. All kind of patches or the band-aids, all kind of forms for your fingers or even maybe sole. This is nice. I love it. And 10 types of bandages, waterproof. All the sizes, I believe, like larger ones, smaller ones. These scissor-shaped ones are good for the knuckles or for fingers. So I'm pretty satisfied with our second pouch. I really liked these guys too. We got elastic bandage, another bandage. Never know how many you might need. This is here some extra pouch if you're taking any pills or medications. This is also brilliant. With weekdays on them, you can fill up your pills for how many days you're gone and don't worry about missing your daily medications. What I love in here is you can actually open it up and to reach under here. Emergency protection. Let's see what we got in here. Thermal blankets. I love this one. This is really essential, and I love that they have it here. Respiratory for the mouth to mouth breathing and to protect yourself from, the infections. This is a really good one. All the type of triangular bandages. What are these? Cooling patch. Ah, look at this. I love these ones. Look at the cooling patch. These are for cooling you down in extreme heat, but for adults and child, this is something new too. But you can cool down probably your burn with this. I'm not sure, but I will look into it. Pins for your bandages, burn care, and it's really nice for the burns, which really happen quite often around the campfire. Another mouth-to-mouth breathing protection. And we are done with this emergency protection pocket. And I love that it's everything is kind of labeled. This is really easy for even a newbie to kind of navigate what to look for, especially in the situation when you panic and something happens. Whatever extra things you might put in there, you can just write whatever, or just put a tape sticker with the, extra items you put in. Bandage and tourniquet. Tourniquet is really, really important, as I said. There is a tourniquet. This is a lifesaver. Another kind of, tape type of elastic bandage. Some more bandages, different sizes, and ice pack to cool your burn down. You will just break. There is like a little flare thing inside. You just break it, and then you just mix it, and it's ready to go. This is really nice. Even from the heat stroke, you can cool down the person's head or the forehead really quickly. All these pouches are labeled, which is really, really nice. Scissors for the bandages. What else? Forehead temperature fever tracking. You got a temperature tracking, fever tracking device. Look at that. How innovative is this? Look at that. It's just a pad you put on the forehead, and in field, nobody would carry a thermometer. Man, this is nice. Splinter primes. Wow. Sterile splinter primes to remove your splinters, which happens in the woods. Normal saline for tropical irrigation of ice. This is for ice. If you have eye irritation in the tropics, you got it here. 2 of those. Pincers, adhesive eye pads even. Some sterilized gauze swabs, and that's pretty much it. Ferris rod, you have plenty of space. My Swiss knife, and again, flashlight, very essential at night. Think about it, something happens in the night, and most incidents probably happen at the night when someone goes out for a pee, or I don't know, stepping out to the neighbor tent, and you definitely need a light. Some extra in your emergency bag, of course. One more thing I would add, which is not here, again, water purification tablets. I hope you guys liked this video and it was informative. I would really like to hear from you guys. For a shorter trips, I would probably go with this guy when weight matters and you're packed really light. I think this is gonna be enough, but for longer trips or family trips, I will go with the larger one. You got so much more stuff. I have space in this guy. You can see so much space in there. I can move some of my essential items I think I might need on that trip in my smaller bag, or from here to here. It just depends on your experience, how many people, and how many days, and how far you are from the civilization. Thanks for watching, and I'll be catching you in the next one. Bye now.